What's up guys, Mickle here, and it looks like this week is going to be one of the most important weeks for crypto we have had in a very long time. In this video, I want to show you guys three massive events that are taking place this week that could have huge implications on the current Ripple SEC case and the entire crypto industry. Guys, make sure to stick around for this whole thing because we're going to go over three things that you guys are not going to want to miss this week because they could have huge implications on the entire crypto market. I also want to show you guys some pretty bullish news that I think is flying heavily under the radar right now. We actually have an SEC commissioner that is not Hester Peirce pushing back against Gary Gensler. Guys, in this video, I'm going to show you exactly who this commissioner is and what they said. Make sure to stick around for that. Last of all, do we have a massive market crash, a Black Swan event coming for September 24th? Guys, at the end of this video, I want to show you something frightening that I just saw. Make sure to stick around till the end of the video to see that. Unfortunately, you are not going to want to miss this. Like always, guys, if you are new to this channel or come here all the time, please take a second to hit the like and subscribe button down below. I'm pretty sure they're trying to shadow ban my channel, so make sure you turn bell notifications on so you don't miss any updates. If you guys are ever looking for a good place to buy XRP, make sure to check out the link for Uphold down in the description of this video. Uphold is one of my favorite exchanges and a great place to buy and sell XRP. With that said though, guys, let's jump right into the video, and I hope you guys enjoy the update. Real quick, guys, MOO-MOO is a fantastic place to buy and sell stocks. MOO-MOO is a regulated exchange with a great interface. If you sign up with MOO-MOO right now using the link in the description of this video, you could win up to 13 free stocks. Most importantly, though, each one of these stocks could be worth up to $3,000. So guys, do not miss out on this promotion and go check out MOO-MOO now. So guys, I want to start out this video and talk about the first of three massive crypto events that are taking place later this week. On September 15th at 10 a.m., Gary Gensler is going to be testifying in front of the House Senate Banking Committee. Now, guys, this is going to be extremely interesting because we know that a lot of people in our government, in Congress and the Senate, are extremely unhappy with the way Gary Gensler has been treating the cryptocurrency market. Even more interesting, though, is that Gary Gensler is actually going to be testifying alongside the head of the CFTC. The reason this is such a big deal is because the CFTC has been very open to crypto innovation and trying to craft regulations that is actually going to help the cryptocurrency market prosper in the future. This is in stark contrast to the SEC's extremely harsh stance, where they are choosing to go after projects via regulation by enforcement. It's also important to note that most of the major crypto bills going through Congress and the Senate right now have most of the cryptocurrency industry going over to the CFTC. Most of the bills being proposed right now hardly even mention the SEC, which is pretty ironic because Gary Gensler keeps on saying it's clear that most of his jurisdiction covers the entire crypto market. Because of this, I'm really expecting the House Senate Banking Committee to really put Gary Gensler on blast during this meeting. I think they're going to be asking him some tough questions like why, if he wants control of this market, does he continue to attack these different projects without giving them any clarity? I think one person who's going to be very interesting to listen to is going to be Warren Davidson. We know that during the last time a member of the SEC was brought in front of Congress, Warren Davidson specifically asked the head commissioner of the SEC's enforcement division about the Bill Hinman Ethereum free pass speech. I have a feeling Warren Davidson likely went a little easy on him because he wasn't the head of the SEC and was just the enforcement guy. But guys, I have a feeling people like Warren Davidson and Tom Emmer are going to drill Gary Gensler for his horrible job of providing any regulatory clarity to the cryptocurrency market. And the best part about it is I think Gary Gensler's not going to be able to dodge these questions this time because he's going to be right next to the head of the CFTC, who is going to be happy to take as much power as he can and give clear answers, provide a clear playbook for how innovation can prosper in the US. And Gary Gensler is not going to be able to sit there and dodge questions and further hand over even more of his power to the head of the CFTC, who's happy to embrace the innovation. Either way, though, I am definitely looking forward to this, and I think we could find out some very interesting stuff on September 15th. Let's keep moving though, and I wanted to quickly cover something pretty interesting coming from the inside of the SEC, because this is something I was certainly not expecting in the slightest, and that is that one of the SEC commissioners who was just added by Gary Gensler is attacking the SEC for their lack of clarity over the cryptocurrency market. This is actually coming from Commissioner Mark Ueda, and he said market participants have expressed significant concern concerns regarding the lack of regulatory guidance in this space. There's widespread concern that the lack of predictability with regard to our regulations may encourage crypto firms to relocate to other jurisdictions. A move overseas could kneecap a growing US industry and said substantial asset volumes and potential tax revenue abroad. He also went on to say, to date, the Commission's view in this space have been more often expressed through enforcement action. He said, this is an example of a situation where regulation through enforcement does not yield the outcomes achievable through a process that involves public comment, because without the benefit of comments from crypto investors and other market participants, the Commission is unable to consider their perspectives in developing an appropriate regulatory framework. So wow, it sounds like Mark Ueda right here is literally taking shots at Gary Gensler's entire crypto policy. This is an excellent sign, because when this guy was first brought onto the Commission by Gary Gensler, I just assumed he was going to share a lot of the same views as Gary Gensler. But this guy is full on attacking two of the biggest issues we currently have with the SEC, and that is a lack of clarity and regulation by enforcement. This is a very good sign, because right here, Mark Ueda is literally taking direct shots at Gary Gensler's entire crypto policy. Gary Gensler's crypto strategy thus far has been give no clarity and attack different projects, and Mark Ueda is saying right here, this strategy does not work. This is something I was not expecting, because I thought because Gary Gensler brought in Mark Ueda, I thought he was just going to agree with everything Gary Gensler was doing. But it looks like he is taking the opposite side of Gary Gensler and saying that everything Gary's been doing since he came to the SEC has not been working for cryptocurrencies. This is a great sign and just shows that the pressure is really starting to hit the SEC. Gary Gensler is now not only hearing from the public, the private sector, and different congressmen and senators, he's now hearing from people internally at his own agency. And guys, this is a great sign, because I do think eventually Gary Gensler will have to step down or change his policy. I have a feeling he's going to step down, because not a lot of these people are going to forget the things he tried to do to the cryptocurrency market. Either way, though, let's see how it plays out. This is still a very good sign and shows that they are feeling the pressure at the SEC. So guys, now I want to move on and cover the two other massive crypto events happening this week. First of all, Ripple and the SEC are going to be filing their preliminary summary judgment motions today. We won't actually get to see the evidence until Monday, but guys, that means later today, both Ripple and the SEC are going to know all the evidence each other has. This is going to be a massive moment in this case, because for the first time ever, all the cards are going to be on the table. I've been saying for a while now that this case will not settle until both parties know exactly what each other have. It really doesn't make sense to take this case so far and bail out on the case before you know how strong your opponent's evidence really is. Well, starting today, both Ripple and the SEC will know exactly how strong each other's arguments are, and they'll be able to get a pretty good idea of how this case is going to be able to play out just by looking at each other's evidence. This is a very bullish sign for a settlement being around the corner, because we know that the SEC is likely going to have to hand over the Bill Hinman emails, which could incriminate the entire SEC. They are not going to want to do this. It makes a lot more sense for the SEC to agree to a settlement, but they're not going to be able to agree to a settlement until they understand how good Ripple's evidence is. On the other side, Ripple does not want to take this case the distance because it's harming their business in the US. Ripple wants to craft a settlement that's going to give them clarity for XRP going forward and get rid of all the uncertainty around their business. Because of this, they're going to want to settle with the SEC ASAP, but they want to know how strong the SEC's evidence is so they know how little of a fine they're going to have to pay when this thing is said and done. Because of this and a whole bunch of other reasons I have outlined in other videos, I really do think that now that both parties are going to see all each other's evidence, I do think this is the perfect time for a settlement. Now, if we do not see a settlement by the end of September, I do think this case will go the distance. In my video last night, I covered what would happen, how long it would take for this case to go the distance, but I still do think it will settle, and now is probably the best time out of any time we have had in the past for this case to settle, because both parties are going to know exactly how strong their case is going to be going forward. Now, I want to show you guys very quickly that Ashley Prosper does agree with me. She thinks a settlement would be perfect between September 13th and September 19th, and I do think it would make sense from the SEC's perspective to settle this case before the evidence is made public. The SEC does not want other cryptocurrency companies to be able to use Ripple's arguments against the SEC, so it would make sense for the SEC to want to craft a settlement before all this evidence is made public. Either way, though, we will definitely be keeping our eyes on that, and if we do not get a settlement before Monday, well, all the evidence is going to be made public, and that is going to be very interesting to see. The other big event we do have is we should expect a decision on the LBRY case at some point this week. Now, this is going to be pretty interesting because I am not that bullish on LBRY's prospects of actually winning their case against the SEC. I didn't think their lawyers' arguments were that great. I didn't watch it that closely. I think it's going to be a toss-up, but they also had a tough draw on the judge. Either way, though, I don't think this is going to be very impactful to the Ripple SEC case. They're the same level court, so the Ripple judges could just ignore the LBRY case. So either way, I think this is going to be a big deal for crypto, but I don't think it's going to be very influential in the Ripple SEC case. So guys, I want to finish this video off and talk about a potential Black Swan event that could be right around the corner. This was brought to my attention earlier today, and this is actually from the government of Germany. I don't know exactly who this guy is. I don't know the German government too well, but right here, he is telling everyone in the German government that every single one of them will remember the date September 24th of 2022, and it will be one of those days that these people will remember for their lifetime. So guys, I have no idea what he's talking about here, but this is definitely kind of concerning. It's kind of scary that they would actually put this date out there. And this really doesn't look like to me some place where people would just be speculating or talking about conspiracy theories. This looks like an official government meeting. Now guys, why they are talking about the date September 24th, 2022, I have no idea, but either way, I think we should pay attention to it. There's a lot going on in the world right now. I would not be surprised if there is some stage stuff going on behind the scenes. Either way, though, look into it. I don't have too many answers, but definitely kind of freaky that they're predicting dates into the future, no matter what they're talking about. And guys, just to finish this video off, I wanted to bring this to your attention again. 24 Hours Crypto is doing this 6th sale on these XRP pennants. Now, guys, I actually talked to 24 Hours about these things. He said they were very high quality and he was very impressed with them. I actually have one being shipped to my house right now, so I'll make sure to review it for you guys, let you know what I think. But I did talk to him. He seemed very certain that these things were high quality, so I would definitely check them out. These will definitely go down as a sick piece of XRP memorabilia, and there is nothing like this on the market right now. This is actually gold plated. This thing is dope. So guys, I would definitely check this out. They could sell out before I have time to review it, but as soon as I get it, I will let you know what I think of it. I already think it's going to be dope. I'll warn you beforehand. Either way, though, check this out. Link will be in the description. And guys, I hope you enjoy this update. Make sure to like and subscribe. It means so much. And for now, Mickle out.